Hey, good afternoon, y'all. It is my lunch break, and I figured, hey, since the dust is starting to settle on the new patch for Star Citizen, this is patch 3.9, I decided to hop on here and give it a go to see how it is running. So, I can't say I tried to do something similar this weekend, but since everybody and their mom was on here trying to make videos and all that other kind of stuff, and, just getting in the weekend play. And of course, the COVID stuff has people, more people are online than normal. But anyway, Star Citizen. So, what can I tell you about Star Citizen? The alpha started way back in 2012. Um, it is now public access alpha, which is done through a pledge type system, which means you got to buy something and then you can play the game, because the game's not going to be free anyway. Um, I guess it's probably going to be like $60 or something like that when it launches. Um, but anyway, so basically, if you were not accepted into the alpha way back in 2011, you basically have to buy the game in advance and play the alpha and deal with all the issues such as server crashes, glitching missions, just randomly DCing, and then, of course, having to reclaim your ship. There's all kinds of issues that are just comes with it. Star Citizen is a completely load-free open universe. It is still quite small, but it's still big at the same time, just because you have to fly everywhere. Graphics are absolutely stunning. The graphics are right now running in 4K on medium. This is what medium looks like. If I put it onto high, it just lags the living crap out of my system. Yeah, it's still playable, but getting under 30 frames per second for the spikes, so that isn't acceptable for me at high. So medium looks good enough. Um, so outside of the massive system requirements to actually for the game to really show its glory. All the models are fantastic. Um, this game has the potential to be the pretty much the end-all be-all game, really, because just the open freedom that it has, the options of everything you can literally, the little building over there, I could go run over to that building. Everything is an actual model. Everything is explorable. Of course, the building's not all. You can't go in all the buildings. Obviously, that's pretty standard. Hey, guy, you gonna push me out of the way? I got you. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, yeah. Oh, and another cool thing is when you talk and use the comms, your character's mouth moves and stuff. When you're not wearing a helmet, you can actually see it. Um, this is my little guy. Yeah. Of course, I'm always wearing purple crap because that's, my thing. My favorite color is purple, so I wear a lot of purple on my game characters. But everything is very highly detailed. The gameplay itself, actually, I really enjoy it. It's a lot like Freelancer way back in the day. If any of you guys remember that game, it's pretty old school, so I'm not surprised if any of you guys probably have never even heard of it or played it. But basically, it's a space trading life-based sim. So you make a character, and then you're in the world. Full sandbox. Missions are up to you. Money earned is up to you. How you play is up to you. You can literally do everything that you can do in Eve, minus they don't have the player-owned space structures and stuff like that yet. But the warfare is all there. There's carriers, there's ground vehicles, there's racing, it's all kinds of good stuff. But right now, I've been pretty much focusing on mining. So yesterday I played for a little bit and got my money up and rented a mining ship. So pretty much almost broke because the rental fees was expensive and there were server wipes, so my character was completely broke. So I had to basically do some delivery missions and making some very, very small amounts of money, talking like 3,000-4,000. When modules, for example, one of the mining heads is well over, 100K. So, I mean, my rental for the ship was, it took me about 6 hours worth of doing delivery missions to even be able to rent a mining ship. So, coming across money is not exactly quick. Everything is a grind. You can trade, whatever. But, yeah. So we're gonna pull out this prospector here. It's gonna tell me which pad that I need to go to, or hangar, or pads, depending on where you are. There's both hangars and pads. So now I'm gonna go over here, enter the elevator to go to hangar 4. Wasn't paying attention, so you have to hit the F key, interact with the button, call the elevator. Hey, I didn't have to wait for it. A lot of times you have to wait for the elevator because somebody else would have used it to go to a hangar, and then the elevator would sit there until it's called. But there is 2 sets of elevators in most places, so when the game is popular, you're not going to be sitting there waiting forever. But as you can see earlier, you have to wait for trams and all that kind of stuff because they are on a loop and they do move through the world because everything is persistent. I was not paying attention. I don't remember which hangar I was in because I wasn't paying attention. Great. Now I gotta play the where was my ship game. Is it hangar 3? Check hangar 3. Usually in my experience, I'm usually in hangar 2 or 3 or 4. I went to 4. I'm not paying attention. Let's get rid of that chat box. I need to see the chat box. Yeah, like I said, even on medium, game is beautiful. You have your little HUDs. There's food, eat, drink, all that kind of crap. Not here either. Oh no, don't. Oh man. Alright, let's go to 2. That's what I get for not paying attention. Just too busy thinking about what I was saying and not paying attention to the actual game. So I usually don't record and talk at the same time. I usually just play the game and you guys watch, I guess. Here we go. The Misc Prospector. Yep, there's still lag spikes and stuff like that. Sorry, I can't get around it. So there's 2 ways I can enter the ship. Up here, interact. Oh, okay, actually this is my cargo thing. Huh, I never used this. Alright, get closer. Alright, I guess that's just for loading boxes. Auto-load boxes, that's cool. For the delivery missions. Like, everything's highly detailed. I just really like the models. They put a lot of work in the models. Alright, so let's enter the ship. This is a multiple person ship. Hey, we have a little bathroom, a little latrine. There's no bathtub, so it's not actually a bathtub. This one has a bed. Or no, it's not a bed, that's a chair, but yeah, the cockpit. Ships are explorable. I don't really know how to really get around in this ship because I just rented it, so. But yeah, anyway. Let's get out of that. Oh yeah, so now this is Prospector, 1-person ship. The rest of it's Gorehold. So I'm gonna hit F11 I'm gonna go to the friends and connect with the landing services so they can open the bay. I'm gonna quick ready the ship with R, but alternatively you can actually go through and hit your buttons and stuff that are up here. And of course, if you use a flight stick, you can program the hotkeys. Like I said, everything is load free. Once you have that initial load time, you don't have to load ever again, except for, of course, the loading glitches and whatever, because everything is just massive. So. Alright, once we're clear,
thank you. And please visit again.
Head out into the atmosphere. But yeah, yeah, so even those all that little crap down there, it'll eventually load into actual buildings. Like right now, it's just the pictures of the buildings because graphics card issues. I'm sorry, I'm not running a Titan, so I mean, just loading all the modules that it's already loaded up in advance is quite interesting. Can fly down through all of that and everything, but we're not worried about that right now. So we're gonna point to the sky. I'm gonna put on my autopilot because it takes a minute to leave the atmosphere. So in order to fast travel anywhere, so they have what's called quantum travel, which is 20% light speed. There's no light speed travel yet in this game. But there are different, the speed isn't exact. Different vehicles travel at different speeds, they accelerate different speeds. Inertia is a real thing. Everything is vectoring, and every ship handles differently in both space and terrestrially. So if you're in an atmosphere, the ship will handle differently compared to in space based upon its mass, its shape, the wind and weather conditions on the planet itself, as well as the gravity and the mass of the vehicle. I cannot tell you how many times I've just been flying up to a planet, treating it like No Man's Sky style, and just going up there and rotating the ship, and then of course the pilot starts blacking out because of because of the G's, the lateral G's and everything, and which yeah, your pilot will black out. I don't know if you can kill him or not, but I know he'll pass out if you do some really crazy stuff at some very high velocities with. And so basically, I was just going to the ground, and I was like, all right, I'm close to my thing, and turn the ship to to level out, hit the vertical thrusters to try to cancel out the inertia going towards the planet, and then 10,000 feet altitude passes, still doing 1100 something meters per second, 5,000 feet altitude passes, and doing like 800 meters per second, trying to slow the vehicle down. Boom, ground, explosion, dead. Right back to where I started from because I didn't land anywhere. Because when you die, you go back to the last place that you legally docked. Keyword there, legally docked. Um, so if you legally dock it wherever and go and do some stuff, you're gonna not spawn there. So once you get to space, of course, you can tell when you're in space because you start losing gravity. Um, but you can, like I said, you can black out your dude for doing weird stuff. So let's turn off this auto travel. Let's hit B to start spooling. So I'm gonna let's go to Walla Walla. So then after that spools, I'm gonna hold B for a moment to activate quantum travel. And then it's a wait. Some travel times can be quite long in this game. For example, even though this is one small solar system, this is one, or not one solar system, this is one little galaxy, or solar system, something like that. Solar system. I don't know exactly if it's a solar system or what, but it's a small little area. It's one little section of this game size, of course. Um, it can take up to, from one side to the other side, in a fighter plane, it takes about 8 minutes in quantum travel, and that's without the overheat stops. The smaller ships do have to stop and let their quantum drives cool off before jumping again. So depending on the ship, I mean, you could be looking at a 15-20 minute travel time from going from point A to point B. And if you're doing a delivery mission and you have to go from point wherever you are to point A to pick up, and then go to blah blah blah, point B to drop off, and they're across the solar system, you really have to think about the money you're making per hour. Because you could spend a 10-minute jump to go pick it up, and then a 20-minute jump to go drop it off. And if you're not running multiple packages, you just spent a half an hour for 6K. I don't know about you, but that's not very good return for the time invested, especially since all of that time is literally you not doing anything except for watching some multicolored streaks going across the screen. um, but yeah, also right now, I personally would not recommend hauling freight because the DCs. Because what happens is you will DC and you will lose all your cargo in your ship because you have to reclaim it because there's a glitch that's making the ships go to unknown or blah 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 wherever. Um, okay, what is going on? I do not like the way that sounded. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous right now because I did not take a very angular approach to the planet. And I can't really see right now because it's dark. Am I over the ocean? I don't know. Can't really tell. We're just gonna keep on creeping on down. Okay, I'm definitely getting close. I'm starting to see some detail in there. I don't know what it is though. It might be water. Might not be. I can't tell. Don't know if my lights are on. The lights on here suck. There we go. At least on this ship. Oh gosh, I'm gonna crash. And I'm gonna die. Nope. Yep. And I'm dead. Oh boy. Yep. See, that's what I was talking about earlier. You gotta be careful about your angles because once you get to a certain point, if you're not at a good angle, you're just gonna crash and die. And there is a cooldown timer to reclaiming your vehicles. Not only that, you have to do all this crap again. Hey, bud. And you can party with people, of course, and there's a lot of multi-people ships that take more than one person to operate optimally. Almost everything you can fly solo, but a lot of the bigger stuff has multiple modules that require manual operation, such as gun turrets. There's repair modules. There's med bays and all kinds of other stuff that you need to have manned to work. Also, some of the bigger ships, damage to the ship itself can be repaired on the inside manually. So if you're in a large-scale fight and you're in one of the carriers or destroyer, they have access panels on the inside that you have to navigate through the ship. That you don't have to, that you can navigate through the ship and repair them while fighting. So, which is really cool. Which is something that I think is really, really awesome. Because if you have, you have a big group of people, you can take out a fleet, with one ship. If you, have people assigned to different modules and constantly repairing stuff, you're pretty much you're indestructible almost until you run out of materials. So economy. Let's go to economy. Full player driven economy. Except for the initial whatever. Yeah, the economy is not completely up and running at this point. But a lot of the bases are already set up, such as trade hubs, marketplaces, etc. There's a lot of websites that are set up to facilitate trades in game, so you can actually set up a trade, what they call a gray market, with the player. Let's say you want a ship or something. you can actually set up a trade with somebody, get some coordinates, go to BFE somewhere, meet up with said person, jump out of a ship, have your buddy in a ship, fly over, you know, in your suit with your little boosters and whatever, into this other ship, give some dude some money, he jumps out of the ship, you get in the pilot seat and leave. You know, it's pretty cool. Of course, there's pirating. You can shut down somebody's ship with electronic warfare, and board their ship, kill everybody, and take their ship. Of course, you know, if that does happen to you, you don't actually lose your ship, at least right now, because the insurance and the griefing system has not been put into place yet. However, the insurance system is going to come eventually, and so basically what it is, you have to pay insurance on your ship. If you don't have insurance, they don't replace your crap. You lose everything. So, and then here's kind of part of that system is this claiming system. So my ship was destroyed, so now I have to wait 8 minutes, wait 7.5 minutes to get that ship back, or pay a small fee. So as the ship gets bigger, this time gets longer, much longer, and they're pretty nice about it right now. So let's see, let's take out my little starter ship, and so this is the first ship that I ever had. Hangar 2, again, weird. It's probably because that other guy was here before or something, I don't know. So Mustang is an entry-level ship. Show us everything I have is an entry-level ship. Like I said, server wipes, being broke. It's real. Struggle is real. Don't even have nice clothes. I only have one set of clothes. That's my flight suit. I do have a second pair of pants though. Just because I bought purple stuff, so. Better not have been messing with my ship. Mess you up. Like I said, all the models are highly detailed. Don't have any rockets on it. Those are, you know, I don't really got crap on here. I got that. So most fighters and smaller vessels, you can access the canopy directly from outside. Some of them even have a back little storage cargo component to go through, such as my Titan. My Aegis Titan has a back ramp as well as a front hatch, that airlock that I can get through. So, yeah. No lie, I'm actually meant to do the buttons that actually go through and turn everything on, but I'm just got in the habit of hitting R, so that's not happening.
Launch complete.
Ooh. Now this thing is a little bit more agile than the other one. So you can imagine a mining vehicle
Thank you. Please.
compared to a fighter. You know, let's put away this landing gear. Now we're ready to fly. Like I said, everything's functional. You know, everything that's functional you can see on the ship, etc. Full 360-degree control. The vectoring is both forward, backwards, and rear. However, there's still inertia, so you have to worry about that. I gotta get out of this view before I crash. And I'm dead. I don't know what just happened there, but yeah, basically went into a flat spin. That's what you get for messing around. If you mess around too much with your directions and your thrusters and whatnot, you're gonna crash. It doesn't matter what altitude you're at, because chances are, if you go into a flat spin and you're not very high off the ground, you're gonna die. That's just all there is to it. I can honestly say, more often than not, when I'm flying, on planets, if I'm using my flight stick and I'm trying to fight somebody, I end up in a flat spin and I crash. With the mouse and the keyboard, the flat spins don't happen as often, um, unless you're doing unless you're actually like flying over the recommended fight speed, combat speed. So there's a little white bar before it turns red on there. I don't know if you guys saw that. But the white bar represents the recommended flight speed for that, or combat speed, based upon that gravity and weather, blah, blah, blah. If you're above that, ooh, perfect timing for the train. I don't have to wait for the train. That same dude again. Make it very far, bud. I've already crashed the ship and came back. Dude's probably AFK. He's probably a drug dealer. I don't mean in real life. Like, yeah, you can be a drug dealer in this game. It's actually highly profitable. But because of how things are sold, you can only sell so much stuff at once, and you only buy so much stuff at once, and then so you have to wait for the demand to regenerate, basically. So things like drugs, you sell like 5,000 units, then you have to wait like an hour, and you can sell another 5,000 units, and then you have to wait another hour, and sell another 5,000 units. And also with drugs, you can't mass sell them, so you can't just like have it hauled out from your cargo and sold. You can't sell directly from your ship. You actually have to manually move it to the locations and whatnot, depending on the drug. And the other thing is the drugs where you buy them, they're on planets, and none of the locations are marked. So you have to even find the locations of where the pirates are even making the drugs to begin with, to even buy them. As of right now, there isn't a crafting style system yet for player-made stuff, but that is supposed to come in the future. But as of right now, that is on the back burner. As that's it is kind of a crucial component, but considering the galaxy still needs to be bigger, there's still a lot of bugs, and just overall, just building a game as detailed and as intricate as this, with as many different systems that it has, is quite the undertaking, really. There's a lot of stuff that's still not functional. I mean, like some of these ATM machines work, some of them don't. There's all kinds of just random stuff. So let's go ahead and start that retrieval on that. Let's see, what's this one gonna be? Yeah, see, this one's only 5 minutes. It's a smaller vessel. All right, let's take out. I don't know. Yeah, we'll pull out my Avenger Titan. I have 2 of these for some reason.
Hello,
I bought one.
welcome to Memorial Spaceport. Servicing the greater
I don't even remember where. I bought one a while back, and then I don't know. It was weird when I rented that Prospector. All of a sudden, I had a Freelancer and a that Hornet, and then I had another Titan. Oh man, I was not paying attention again.
Your personal belongings are your personal responsibility. Monitor your luggage at all times.
Instead of playing the elevator game, I'm just gonna unclaim it and reclaim it. Luckily, if it's at a thing, you don't have to wait that huge cooldown. The track does not work. I wish it did, because then it would tell you which hangar or pad it was on, but that isn't functional right now either. Which I'd like to see that, because when you come to sell or something, it's very easy to forget by the time you even find where you're trying to go, the location. Yeah, that's not gonna work. It's gonna glitch out. Failed to retrieve. Try again. That's what happens if you try to do something too quickly. Oh, hey, it's gone.
Whatever your transaction, we wish you a beneficial and
The
prosperous
other Aegis Titan's gone. Weird. I was hoping it was gonna stay there. I was gonna sell it. Man, that's a good chunk of change.
For the latest travel
Let's see if it's back now.
be sure to check the departure and arrival boards.
Nope.
Conveniently located
I'll be
throughout the
damned.
spaceport.
Well, that sucks. I guess they're only fixing what a mistake that Merritt made, I guess. Oh man, I'm kind of regretting that. I should have went to a little should have went to a ship market or try to sell that before getting in it. I should have known that if I pulled out my Avenger Titan, that I was gonna lose that one. I should have known, but I didn't. Come on, slow elevator. Yeah, you gotta wait for it. Definitely hit the button. That means I was probably the last person to use this elevator. It was probably still sitting at Hangar 2. So like I said, everything's persisted. Everybody plays on this, the same instance of stuff per server or whatever. So whatever I do affects the other dude. So yeah, it's like this is the one I was talking about. Like, so this one has a hatch and a cargo bay area. So there's my little ramp. Close the ramp. And then so you can store the packages in here. It has a good amount of space for storing packages and whatnot. Quarters has a bed. Random little component stuff. And then this goes up to the cockpit. The cockpits are different. I'm still gonna go ahead. As usual, since this one isn't a pad, it means I have to call them or else I can't get out.
You are clear to launch.
And we're gonna engine on. Power on.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
And weapons on. No, I'm not supposed to use weapons
Launch
here,
complete.
but
Shields recharging. Shields up.
this is actually a pretty quick ship too, compared to Prospector. We're not gonna mess around this time. We're actually gonna go into space before I die. My ramp's open. Actually, all my stuff's open. I should probably close those before I go into space. Maybe. Let's just close the back hatch first. Cool thing about this. So you can actually have other people on board here and then shoot other stuff and throw grenades and stuff out these hatches. Good old autopilot. else I might have died. Alright, so missions. You hit F1, opens up your little personal thingy. So it's your comm link, has all your little whatever stuff, social stuff. It's where you can manage the loadouts on your ships. Look at them, all kind of other stuff. So these can be a little bit glitchy. I like the cockpit on that Prospector, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, there's the different whatevers. Same thing with your person. It's pretty barren just because of the wipe. So your star map. I'm zoomed in. So yeah, so here's this little universe, or solar system rather. So right now, I guess so. There's one solar system um, in the game right now, and it doesn't feel small by any means, but you do go a lot of the same places often. So there's your journal. Uh, yeah, has different random stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, I completed a bounty, and I was like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. I guess it was a rare bounty. It took me like 20 minutes to kill the dude. It was aggravating as crap. And then here's your missions. So, personal missions can be anywhere from criminal activity to the gray area to legal stuff. The general tab is legal things. So, it's 30 delivered requests right now. There's 6 different investigations, maintenance requests, some bio whatever, 1 bounty hunter, and 8 mercenary missions. Seize and destroy narcotics. Yeah. Hmm. A lot of times, some of these times, there's actually 2 sides of the of the mission. So like right here, there's like the seize, and destroy narcotics, and then sometimes you will have the opposite side of right here. So it's right here saying, got a tip. There's an operation being planned to raid one of my businesses. And then if you come over here, it's saying, hey, we're gonna raid blah 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 stuff. But yeah, for the most part, that is Star Citizen. Combat is pretty interesting. Tons of weapons and whatever, missiles, and of course, if you fight other people, everything's PvP once you leave the planet. Planet hubs, the moons, and all that stuff. Everything is full PvP. Yep. See, there's the blacking out. And we're in a flat spin. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Stop. And recover. Alright, y'all. Well, that's pretty much Star Citizen in a nutshell. I really like this game. Even though it has a lot of bugs and it's still an alpha. There's a lot of things that need to be fixed before, it's, like legitly comfortably playable in like on hours without issue. But you can still play it on hours, and sometimes you won't have issues. But as of right now, this is probably the most stable I have seen in the game outside of 3.7. 3.7 after the initial patch. It was like this third patch in. The game was extremely stable, and it was pretty awesome. Um, so yeah, Star Citizen, definitely a game to look out for. Um, it is going to be epic. It's probably going to be another, I would say, probably three, maybe 3 to 5 more years for this game actually is legitimately released. But when it does, I'm telling you, it is going to knock some socks off. Considering that this game has been in development since 2000 and like 10 is when the development started. Maybe it's 2009. Alpha sign up started in 2011, and I mean a lot of this stuff was technology from way back when. Models and the graphics, they're astounding. They're pretty damn good for a game that has been in development for going on 10 years now. Um, and it's coming along quite well. Um, I definitely truly enjoy the game. So we're going to end it off, we're going to do it a little bit of an eject. We're going to eject. Whee! Yeah, let's go back to the ship, actually. I don't know what happens when you eject any. I've never actually ejected like that before. But, let's go in here. Oh, I don't know if that was supposed to happen. Oh, cool. Huh, I just jumped back in the cockpit. Seat's gone, though. Let's see if we can find a self-destruct. What's that? Alright. So, yep, that is Star Citizen. Yeah, let's go ahead and go to the planet. Yeah, still putting offshoot in. It would probably take a very long time to get down to the ground. Let's go for it. Yeah, the oxygen is draining. As you can tell, moving in your suit is very slow. Alright, we're gonna kill myself. And we're dead. Well, thank you guys for watching. Later.